And now it's time for inebriated history. Oops, I mean abbreviated history.
A drunk retelling of why Cinco de Mayo is a thing? All right, all right. Let me tell you why we throw down on Cinco de Mayo. Spoiler alert, it's not Mexican Independence Day, okay? Let's get that straight first. So picture this. It's the 1860s. Mexico's like super broke because they were fighting wars left and right. They owe money to France, Spain, and Britain. And those countries are like, yo, pay up. But Mexico's all, we can't, sorry. So Spain and Britain are like, oh, fine, we'll bounce. But France is like, nah, we're taking over. And who's in charge of France at the time? Napoleon III? Not the OG Napoleon, the short guy with the hand in the jacket pose, but his nephew. And this dude's like, you know what Mexico needs? A French empire. Let's go. So in 1862, the French army rolls up to this little Mexican town called Puebla. Now, the French army was big and bad. Like they had fancy uniforms and cool mustaches. Mexico's army? Not so much. They're outnumbered, under-equipped, but they've got heart, baby. On May 5th, 1862, the Mexican army's like, you know what? Screw it, let's fight. And somehow, they pull off this massive upset and beat the French. It's like the underdog story of the century. People were like, holy guacamole, we won. Now, here's the thing. Cinco de Mayo isn't really a big deal in Mexico, except in Puebla. But in the US? Oh man. Mexican Americans in the 1960s were like, hey, let's celebrate this day to honor Mexican heritage and pride. And you know Americans can't resist a good excuse to party, so it blew up. Now it's all about tacos, margaritas, and wearing sombreros, which is kinda not the point, but whatever. The real point is celebrating resilience, culture, and sticking it to the French. So yeah, that's why we throw parties on Cinco de Mayo. It's history, baby. A win for the little guy, a reason to sip tequila, and a whole lot of fiesta vibes. Salud.
This inebriated history was, made possible with VideoGen.